Okay, fellas, I'm reading Tiggy's post. I'm going to switch off this to my downloaded version of it. I want to enable editing so I could make it larger. At least I was hoping to make it larger to increase the size without having to increase the wording. This is actually easier for me to see, so let me stay with this one. My Journey of Becoming. And he dates and stuff. I've never seen anything this nerdy in my fucking life. I've never even seen anything like this until he started posting these things. I guess he must be going to some kind of science program or engineer program or something like that at school. But he is African and he is in Ireland. Ireland. So his stuff is very detailed, very left brain. So you left brainers will enjoy this. You guys will have an orgasm over this shit. To me, being right brain, it's creepy. To me, being right brain, it's weird. So let me go on and read what he typed out. Aims. The aim of this practice is, I don't know why people talk to themselves like this, but let me stop and finish. This practice is to approach women choosing me. I will practice and improve my conversation skills, and the goal will be to become more confident around women and be able to approach, even in uncomfortable situations. So that's what his aim is. I'm going to take this as a public speech, and that's how I would organize something I was going to do in public. That way I can tolerate the style more. Materials and methods. Scientist, engineer. It's that mindset I've told you guys about. I approached females choosing by looking for eye contact, stepped over and simply hold a simple conversation. I asked for their phone number. Hold on. I can increase the size of this. That's good. At the end and see how deep the rabbit hole goes. I positioned myself in places where I felt I would get choosing. College, library, gym. I warned about the gym. And park. And for the first time in the club, I knew I was in the game everywhere. I stepped, so if she's choosing, stepped over. I put my attention towards the fit black chicks and thick white girls, as they are my market. Now, I don't know if he understands the truth of market. Your real market is the women that give you eye contact. And if you study them enough, there will be similarities, like thick white girls, like dark-skinned black men, or mulattoes that don't go the white side, the white way, that go black. They like dark-skinned black men. If you're a dark-skinned black man and you notice that you notice that those women are choosing, that's your market. Okay, as they are my market. I was well dressed in a dark white, red, and brown clothes, and ensured they matched to blend in with my skin complexion. I don't know if he's gotten the appointment with Jovina. I don't know what he looks like. This is how I dressed on 2/2/07/2017. So I guess that was July 22nd. Seen on the images below. And those are the boots. He's wearing a child's shirt and bad boy upper body. I guess he thinks because it's got the leopard on it that it must be man enough to wear. I call them kitty shirts because a grown man's going to put on a button down, basically with buttons. That's what a grown man would do. But if you look at the leather coat, that may not fit that type of leather coat. And I'm not an expert on dress, so I'd have to consult with Jovina. She doesn't like printed shirts, but if that would match. Now, if that had been a solid black, long sleeves, form-fitting shirt, or not black, but a different color than black, rather words, that would have looked cool. That I can tell you right now. If that had been like, I don't know, blue, a certain color of blue, with that would have looked cool. Let's continue. I was also dressed to win and show my personality through the way I talked, dressed, and walked. This was important to attract their attention. I went to the gym 5 to 6 days a week to push myself mentally and physically and to build my masculine side up. I implemented the pimp mindset into my mind. Inserting pimp program. I am now a pimp. I will now act like a pimp. I can only imagine in an engineer type dude's mind doing something like that. But he continues, all this, actually it's all these bitches ain't shit but a squirrel trying to get a nut. And I am that nut. You forgot the I am that. You forgot the word I. I am that nut. I was practicing that mindset where I believed when I stand in front of a mirror, all whom I do not see are beneath me. I am a hunter where I am preying on them. Now that's good. I am the hunter that's preying on them. Recorded conversations with females using my phone. And I would like to hear those conversations. If you could post those conversations up, I want to hear them. Listen to Player Supreme podcast shows 4 through 15 and 15 to 30 with bonus 31, 40 through 40, 40 through 60, 61 through 70, and miscellaneous episodes, especially the Pimp Mindset show, repeatedly and applied what I was learning into the game. I listened to the shows at the gym to push them into my mind further as I was pushing myself physically and hence mentally. So far, everything he's doing is right on point. I can't say anything bad about that. He's doing it. He's doing all the stuff I talked about. He's also putting in the work that most guys won't do. Listen to the Tiggy's Fear and Living a Big Life podcast by Player Supreme, which was based towards my last report. I work towards embracing my fears. I am implementing the player energy into my aura. I also listen to the Power of Concentration by Dumont Thuron audiobook throughout the month. I actually have that book, which I did not finish it. I started to work on my confidence from 2/9/217 using Supreme's Confidence Kicker. And if you want my Confidence Kicker program, go to my store at theplayersupremeshow.info. Just click on my store, theplayersupremeshow.info. My wall of confidence with good affirmations I read every morning when I woke, and evening when I slept or went to sleep. You misspelled you. I can't see it. Hold on. Yeah, you did misspell it. It's 2 E's. I greet every new day with a firm commitment to raising my confidence. I'll do whatever is required to become more confident. Then you have some side stuff over here. I guess that's a picture of you, and then a picture of a lion. Those actually work, those photographs, They actually work more on your subconscious mind than words. The subconscious mind speaks in pictures. It does not speak in words. So you want, let me see if no, it's actually not on this computer. I have a photograph of me holding my vision board. And I'll try to find that and upload it to the forum. You see the stuff that I was focused on at one time. So you have the words tangible achievements, values, skills and attributes, intangible achievements. You run yourself like a robot also. Not allow yourself to be fluid, but let's continue. It's all happening perfectly. All of my actions are in perfect harmony with my purpose. Post what your purpose is. Because when you say purpose, I'm thinking your purpose in life, not your aims or goals. I am full of confidence and passion. It would be nice if you could actually get pictures. Yes, if you repeat these words enough, eventually they'll sink into your subconscious mind in some form or another. But if you got pictures of this, that will happen much faster. I spread warmth and love everywhere I go. I'm going to get you on that one. I trust myself and God 100%. Okay, whatever. I don't really qualify as a Christian anymore. I don't believe in putting it in God's hands, is the point I want to make there. I believe each person is responsible for his own life. I hate when people throw it on God. Because God is my witness. If it's God's will is for you to live a prosperous life. He said, be fruitful and multiply like the cattle in the field. Be fruitful. Be fruitful. My confidence is increasing by each moment. We need to make these affirmations believable. If you keep saying them and life gives you the opposite, then you're going to have a failing of your affirmations. Baby steps is my point. I acknowledge the importance of maintaining a positive attitude in life. I possess a positive attitude all the time. I am positive. So far, good affirmations though. Now, if you could have recorded these after using what you want to do is get or get a self-hypnosis audio file, then record your own affirmations at the end, that would be bomb. That way they can sink into your subconscious mind while it's wide open. You also want to learn to feel these affirmations. Last year I did a series, I think it was about a year ago, I did a series for a woman that had cancer. And that's one of the things I was trying to get her to do is to feel each affirmation. Because she gave me this whole sheet of affirmations she wanted on there. And I charge for that before you say something. I'm no longer going to give stuff away for free because it's unappreciated. Besides that, I wouldn't spend my time on something like that without charge. That's a lengthy process to do these affirmations like that. I am optimistic that good things will happen in my life. I am positive about what this day will bring. I spread warmth and love everywhere I go. I acknowledge the importance of believing in myself. I possess a strong internal belief in everything that I do. I am who I believe I am. And that's something you're going to have to deal with because I've read the rest of your post and I commented on it, which I'll share in this video. Performed 10 minutes meditation before I slept every day from 2/09/2017. Results and discussion. 22/07/2017. Went to the gym in the morning and I decided to take up Supreme's advice and go to the club. I took a bus to the place. I wore a black leather jacket with a white t-shirt and brown, not too baggy or tight, light blue jeans. Okay, the jeans are blue jeans, they're not brown. So I don't understand what you're saying there. With black boots. I saw the photograph. I saw the black coat, the light blue jeans like you described, and the black boots, and the t-shirt. And I think you're referring to, I don't see really, is that brown in there? I can't tell. But let's continue. When I entered the club, I felt a massive energy. That tells me that you can actually feel energy, which is a good thing. Even though you're extremely nerdy, but you're black, and we have that ability, and you're aware of it. Most blacks, especially in this country, are not aware that that is wide open in us. Unfortunately, in America, we've been dumbed down by the people that control the country. And that gift has been blocked in us and taken away. So now we're talking metaphysics. I felt a massive energy. Almost every chick was drinking. I'd actually like to know more about what you felt. And see if it's going to be the same thing, probably the same thing that I felt going to nightclubs. That's why I was addicted to the energy of nightclubs. I love the energy of nightclubs. I love walking down that big wall of energy. You can feel the desperation of the desperate people in there. You can feel the horniness of certain women. You'll be able to feel the women that are good matches for you also, eventually, if you develop that. Almost every chick was drinking. I immediately went and ordered a Fanta drink, because I don't drink alcohol. That means you must order one of the colored Fanta drinks, and that means you stood out as a square. At least get the cola so it looks like you have an actual drink. In parentheses, like to keep my mind sharp. Yeah, we know. I sat up on one of the seats with a calm attitude and started to feel the beats. Good. I had a South Korean chick come and sat up beside me. So she came and sat beside you, okay. And started brushing her hair with her fingers. That's a sign right there. I'm not sure if that's one of the ones I covered in my video program where I had Jovina act out like 60-something, how to tell if a girl likes me. But let's continue. I talked to her, but the music was too loud, and I was not feeling like dancing. So she eventually moved on to her next target. So do you recognize that you were her target? That if you had grew your balls and quit acting weird, you could have fucked her that night? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that you could have lost your virginity? Because I think you're a virgin. That night right there. But fear held you back. Fear still is in control of you. Let's not hide behind excuses. I wasn't feeling like dancing. 2 Irish chicks came up and sat beside me. They had boyfriends. One of them came and moved closer to me and lifted up her drink and initiated conversation. But the boyfriend who was dancing saw this. Wait a minute. 2 Irish chicks came and sat beside me. They had boyfriends. One of them came up and moved closer to me and lifted up her drink and initiated conversation. Okay. But the boyfriend who was dancing saw this and came to tell me the deal. So he got insecure, and she was feeling the blackness, the power of blackness, and came to bask in your black rays. I'm trying to make a joke out of this. And he got all insecure and ran over there. Got it. I stood up and went to the dance floor and had a few minutes of casual dancing. That means you went out there like, it's Europe. I'm in America. Weirdos go out there and dance by themselves in hip-hop clubs. Go out there skipping around. That's also from the house days, yes. So you went out there and did the same thing. Now, I'm not in Europe. I don't know if that's normal for Europeans. So I can't comment on that. If you're in the States, I would get on you about that shit. But it produced some results. See, what you could have did, instead of getting on the floor skipping around, you could have stood on the edge and still kept your cool while you were, making eye contact with different chicks on the floor while you're dancing and moving around, showing off your moves. Let me continue. A few minutes of casual dancing, not too serious, just feeling the beat. Oh my God, I can only imagine that. I had a couple of bitches throw their asses on my dick. Are you aware those bitches were feeling the power of your blackness? And they came to you and they backed their asses up on your dick? Do you know what that means? Do you have any idea? Just even a clue? Even a glance of light in the dark of how powerful that is? I submit that you don't, because you just wrote about it. They came to you, and they call it master and servant, the Depeche Mode song. They came to you and rubbed their asses on your dick. While you're expending all this big brain power, organizing your thoughts and doing your education, I want you to think about that. Big brain. They came to your big brain ass and rubbed their asses on your dick. The floor was packed and tight, so I just continued with dancing. You should have put your hands on the hips and worked it out for them. You could have put your hands on one of their shoulders, touch them anywhere. When that happens, I like to put my hand around the necks and bend them over. If they want to come show off and do that shit to me, I'm going to bend them over and take it deep. My hand on the back of their neck. That's just me. You're not me. We're all different males. So I just continued dancing. Boring. I know I was repelling every choosing I was given that night. Okay, you're repelling. What did I read up here? Let's see. Where was that at? Yeah, I did read it. I read something that you wrote up here that I wanted to question you about. I spread warmth and love everywhere I go. But yet your fear caused you to repel. I know I was repelling every choosing I was getting that night. Yes. Yes, you were. At least you recognize it. But yes, you were indeed repelling. But I simply went to observe how the nightclub scene is like. Hope you liked it. Now, you're also hiding, by the way. You were exposed to opportunities to fuck. I've seen three, the girls throwing their asses on you, and the Korean girl. You had 3 opportunities to fuck. Actually, I don't know how many girls threw their asses on you. You said a couple. That, to me, that's 2. So you had 3 opportunities to have gotten laid, but your fear stopped you. And you use the excuse, oh, but I only went to observe. If one of those women had put her tongue down your throat and led you by the hand, you would have went off. You would have forgot all about your whole so-called, I went there to observe. Actually, more like you probably would have ran away. But if you're like a normal guy, you would have gotten laid that night. So I went home after 3 hours. 3 painful hours of teasing yourself. That's got to be hard. I don't know how you virgins do it. You stay virgins. It's hard to be a virgin in today's society when there's so much out there that's available to you. It was a great learning experience for me. I was shocked to see many people with no dance skills at all. I'd like to see you dance. Speaking of the devil, make a video, put it up on the forum. Let me see what you're working with. I learned not to put these girls up on pedestals after seeing them as they truly are. Good. This experience also helped grow my confidence. I worked on the project, date 27/07/2017. I worked on the project. I went to the gym in the evening. After walking at max incline 15 on the treadmill at 8.7 kilometers per hour for 5 minutes. I left the machine as I entered the weight area. Thick Irish girl, muscular built with a big booty. Really? An Irish chick? Normally they have big boobs and flat asses and they're kind of burly. That's what I've seen with a lot of Irish chicks. I've seen them pretty ones though. But when they're big, they tend to have, the flat ass, breasty types. When I see a black girl built like that, flat ass and big boobs, I know somewhere in the background, an Irish man got into her family. Man or woman. Let's see. Big booty waved at me and smiled. Wow. She was with her friend who looked like a freak. You're not experienced enough to judge, but okay. I waved at her back and proceeded to go to the weights area. I will approach her next time I see her and get to know her. By the way, that wave was like she threw a brick and hit you in the head. Please come give me some attention. 14/08/2017. Now, when girls are choosing at the gym, step over if they're choosing. Don't be like the East Indian guy, Depeche, that I trained, where the bitch wasn't choosing. He was hoe chasing her and didn't want to give it up. I could tell through our conversation that he had hoe chased her and was, basically bugging the bitch. 14/08/2017. I have not received choosing for the last 2 weeks, and if I did, I was too chicken to do shit about it. I must grow the fuck up and start doing rather than living in the fantasy world. Good. I have been listening lately to Supreme's podcast shows 41 through 60, where episode 45, Action Show, really spoke to me. I've completely taken all the responsibility in the situation I am in now. That's excellent. My beliefs are very powerful tools, and it is important to know they are my main foundations in building a powerful life, but they can also sabotage a man from getting any successes in his/her life. I've been doing the latter for a while by constantly belittling myself and procrastinating, and I have had enough. I have had enough of the theories, and I am ready to face my fears and change. I firmly believe by every cell in my body that I will achieve this. I will start talking to as many women you want to say, as possible from now on to practice relaxing myself around them. Good step. Let's see if you do it. And simply improve my conversation around them, as Supreme has reiterated. I try to give you stuff that's going to work. Not theories, not bullshit, what worked for me in the real world. I'm trying to bring common sense to the miasma of bullshit that I see on the fucking internet. In quotes, you're selling nothing but conversation. I could never learn anything by just sitting in front of a computer and expecting something magical to happen. Sounds like this brother's waking up. He's actually finally swallowing the red pill. This marked a new landmark for me. I realized that as a man, women want me, as by evidenced by the women that back their asses up, as evidenced by the Korean girl, as evidenced by the woman that waved to him in the gym. Now, think about how badly she felt when he didn't come and speak to her. Not you got to come like a dog. He didn't even do it like a man and beckon her to him. All he had to do was tilt his head to the side and then do the come here motion with his fingers. Come here. So what's going on today? How's your workout going? Let's continue this. Actually, let me pause the program. Continuing, this marked a new landmark for me. I realized that as a man, women want me. I do not care what the fuck happened in the past, and I'm going to go over that in just a minute. It is the past, and I have to change. Now, let me go to the pause the program. I'm going to go to the forum. I'll be right back. And he's asking, I noticed that he has a blank avatar. And Tiggy, as you know, I fucking hate that. Okay? Put a goddamn photo in there so I know who the fuck I'm talking to. I don't want to ever do someone hiding in the dark again. Okay? Be a man. If you're going to be a man, then you're going to act like a man. That means you're going to put away your childish things, your fear shit. Put your face up. You can't just do it in one area and be lacking manhood in another area. So until you do that, you are not a man yet. Oh, and my other question is, how did you overcome programming to believe that white women were the best / most beautiful women out there? This is something that really, really makes me put them above me. In Africa, white women and white people are generally thought to be better than us. The people suck up to them. And as a kid, I remember watching Van Damme movies and King Kong, bad movie. And all I could see was how inferior we were, referring to African race. I looked at our society and placed them above me, but who wouldn't? Living in Africa ain't sunshine when you see life outside the motherland through the Hollywood cameras. That is very true. King Kong was the worst movie to watch as a child, as throughout the movie, the white woman is kept being shown as to be something extraordinary, like she can tame the beast. This childhood programming caught up to me when I arrived in Ireland. Aye, laddie, there's a wee bit of Irish in all of us. And froze up. Aye, me frosted Lucky Charms. Froze up. My name is Michael Nolan. Froze up by the abundance of white women. I remember in high school, I kept telling my friends that I am only into black girls to cover the fact that I was really scared of white women. I thought I couldn't get them. They wouldn't think of me. All that bullshit as I see it now. But remember, back then, this was slowly chipping my confidence away until I was left empty. Since I arrived in Ireland, I was a very confident guy. I remember I would go to the park and hang out by the playground, 12 years old back then. And I hoped a white guy would come and introduce me to the area. One day I was so basically, like the one song said, you're waiting for that C word that we use in this country, the start CR blank, to crack the clouds and come down and save you. Be your personal white Jesus. By the way, fellas, this part's going to be very racial, but I'm talking to a fellow black person, trying to reach them on a black level. So excuse any kind of racial. If you're biracial, I mean nothing to your mama's race or your daddy's race. If you're white, I mean nothing. I'm trying to communicate to a brother from my own life experiences. Okay. One day I was at the park, and there approached a group of guys and a very, very cute white chicks, and very, very cute white chicks. One of the chicks was digging me, and when one of the guys told me this, I just sat on those park seats and froze. I was frozen still and didn't know if they were joking or not, but the truth is the chick was digging me like a motherfucker. The next day I went to the park again, and this time it was her and a friend who passed by me. She gave me the I am shy, come over and approach look. I still fucking chickened the fuck out because deep down it's as if I thought they were too good for me. This happened for the next 1 year until she moved out of the area, just when I had gained the courage to go for it. It was too late, and I resided in the library almost as a self-punishment. Now looking back, I'm certain this thing of holding me back. Hold on. Now looking back, I am certain this is the thing holding me back, since I come at them with an inferiority complex. An answer to this will surely unlock my game, that I am certain. And this is a photograph of a white woman kissing my feet that I just put up today as my avatar. And you really can't see anything there. So it could be anything. That could not be my pants leg. That could be anything. This is for the troll that might get some racial shit and want to try to turn that in. I'm not showing a photo. I'm showing an avatar that's on a site. As I said to him, I learned the truth of being black and how we were programmed to think we were inferior. After that, I dropped all the white supremacy shit that I was aware of. This is in recent years. But in previous years, I didn't focus on it, and I fucked white women, and they bowed to me like dogs. I broke them, rode them, used them, and cast them aside. I didn't focus once on white supremacy or any of that black consciousness stuff because I didn't know about it back then in the late 80s or 90s. I was too busy fucking and having fun and keeping my game solid and growing. You become what you focus on. You become what you focus on, brothers. Okay? The photo of my avatar is a white woman kissing my feet. So much for that whole white supremacy shit. They are women just like all other women. Before I opened my site, I was ready to go back to our women and was actively looking for one when I met Jovina. The woman in the avatar came after her. My other back door had black blood, being one half Brazilian, one half Portuguese. She had brown skin and what she referred to as what someone said or called her hair Puerto Rican hair, aka curly locks. I would recommend looking at my life and forgetting all that bowing shit. Stop focusing on being black. And I say that to Asians who focus on being Asian. The cool Asians I saw with hot women, they didn't act like typical, I'm Asian dudes. Basically, they're cool with themselves. They were comfortable in their own skin. So I learned to be comfortable in my own skin. I focused on just getting laid. I didn't focus on the black thing. Plus, all of my clients, or 99.9% of them were white. 99% of them were white. Let me put it like that. I did have a couple of Asian clients every now and then, and I had white and half white. I had other races, but most of my clients were white women. I also said to them, stop focusing on the past. If you do focus on the truth, then to all you black fellas, recognize that this is what white folks have learned. We are the first humans on the planet. Now, don't get hurt by this if you're white. We are fully human, or as I said to him, you are fully human with no Neanderthal or Denisovan DNA in you. And recently found out that Neanderthals are not part of the human line. They were non-human. How we bred with them and crossed over is a mystery. Also said to him, Africa had a long, long history of civilization and growth before Europeans even came out of their caves. Next, I said to him, they came out of us. So we are their parents genetically. And that means that, black people, if you're white, you're probably going to find offense to this. That's okay. No comments. I'll delete them. Go find out the truth for yourself. There's a good program right here on YouTube called In Search of Scientific Adam, I believe. Let me go to YouTube, find out real quick. Real easy solution. Let's type this. There it is. Scientific Adam. Also, Scientific Eve. Okay? Way back in the 90s, science released that, life started in Africa. If you're one of those white folks, but out of Africa, it's just a theory. Well, now it's been genetically proven by your scientists, by white scientists. Not black scientists, but white scientists. And as you watch the documentary, this guy is whiter than you are. I know you guys like to compare your whiteness and all that stuff. Let's see.
Religions,
show his face.
Christianity.
Let's go down to where he is.
Wells believes the answer is yes. That the Y chromosome can trace the origins of men from all over the world. From Africa to America, all the branches.
He has strawberry blonde hair.
One trunk.
That's how white he is.
Wells believes the Y chromosome.
I don't like doing all the work for you guys, but
of the tree. Today,
that was good right there.
Using their
that whole tree thing.
They
show you. Here he is, right here.
Image of Adam.
Okay, you see his face right there.
Artists have depicted him like this.
It'd be hard to find it.
Like a European.
He has pink skin, and he's saying it.
This
okay?
is Adam. Michelangelo's famous painting in the Vatican Sistine Chapel.
I always get in trouble with that.
He looks like a beautiful Italian
from
who spends a lot of time
Caucasians.
in the gym. Did the common ancestor, all men, really
in their religion, God is a old white man on a throne? That's Christianity, and they don't know the history of the iconoclast period where Europeans went through and whitewashed all the artifacts, whitewashed the paintings, coming out of the biblical time period and all that biblical stuff. But let's continue. So, as that video will point out that I just showed you, they showed the tree, the genetic tree, the chain. And it starts from Africa. Caucasian is a branch off that. Asian is a branch off that. All the other different groups are branches off that main tree. And that's what I mean by genetic parents. If this makes you upset, fast forward. If you're a snowflake and fragile, can't handle it, fast forward, past me. You will not have the ability to thumb down, nor will you have the ability to make comments on this video. Because I'm going to do what I've observed this in the past. When I talk about this, I get people who don't know me coming in the channel and they get offended. They thumb down, they do the comments. I don't feel like that right now. I don't want to tolerate the fragileness of certain individuals and certain groups of people. They are people with 2 feet and 2 hands, just like everyone else on the planet. They also take a stanky ass shit. And I said, I think you get my drift. Drop the white supremacy program you're running. Learn to love yourself and your strengths and life gifts. Now, if you're black and you choose to be part of the European religion called Christianity, and yes, I know the oldest church, actually Christian church, is in Ethiopia. If you're a Christian, then realize that you chose that body. That means you, or your soul, I should say, chose to live this life as a black man. That means to live with all of its challenges and obstacles. That means you came here knowing that and originally planned to live up to those challenges, enjoy the process of overcoming them to allow your soul to grow. As I said to brother right now, you are failing in your soul's life path. I meant to put that in there. And you let this plane bring you down, this plane of existence. And I said to him, after all, I've had their women sucking my dick and getting my black shit in their assholes and loving it. So they can't be all that special now, can they? And I do apologize at the end for the racial references to non-blacks. Again, I'm trying to help this brother overcome a bunch of bullshit. So where was I? Let's get back to this now. 2/9/2017, I started work on my confidence with the use of Supreme's Confidence Kicker and Fear program. Again, if you haven't got that program, some of you guys are going to need it. Realize how important confidence is for the process to work. The confidence is something that will push me further and unlock that crucial door to let me free and live my life fully on my path towards success. Day 1 of the Fear program was done today. Hello to one girl exercise. Before saying hello, I felt as if my mouth was being forced shut. But through sheer will, I managed to let out those words upon with the fears behind. Next day, day 3, the 3/9/2017, said hello to 2 girls. Felt much easier than last time. You guys see that? Even this time, one of the girls said hi back and smiled. It really helped with soaking in positive affirmations. The next day, I said hello to 3 girls. It started to become more and more as if I was scared of these women when they are just like any human being. He's realizing it. I'm starting to feel the effect of the positive affirmations. There has been a drastic change with the way people respond to me. I'm 100% sure there is much more improvement to come. Next day, 5/09/2017, I said hello to 5 girls. It's getting to a stage. I'm not afraid anymore. Some girls are even saying hello before I say hi to them. I'm feeling less and less of the effect of the inner gremlin. That's what I talk about in my Confidence and Fear program. I call it the inner gremlin. Especially when I don't expect anything from these women. I'm feeling more relaxed and less inward and negatively focused on myself. Next day, I said hello to 6 girls. It was so easy, I didn't give a fuck what they thought. I said hello in a confident manner, and I said it as if it was a gift to them. He is achieving what I've been talking about. It's incredible to think through all this time, I stopped myself and blaming other things in my life when really I was the main problem. I've said that to you guys so many times. You are blocking your own light. You are standing in your own way. My fear was the problem. He's doing my fear program. Do you guys see the benefits? I'm glad I'm working on dealing with it and clearing my path to success and getting on top of my game. It's all happening perfectly for my highest good. That's an affirmation. Next day, I said hello to 6 girls with ease. I'm feeling more in control of myself. I still get that inner feeling of hesitation, but through my willpower and the fact that I know I'm a good person and people enjoy my presence, I force myself past that feeling. It's important to push ourselves past our boundaries and discover new things in life. I need to get the fuck out of my comfort zone. As part of the 30-day risk program, my risk today was to say hello to a stranger. I did the challenge. I first hesitated, but I pushed myself to do it as I looked at the big picture and who I'll be if I did this. I'd make it a goal to become better. I don't care how long it takes. It could take 20 years. That's the right mindset. It could take 20 years for all I care, but I will get to the top of my game. Put your photo up so I can see this winner. So I can look into your eyes and see your growth. 8/9/2017. I said hello to 7 girls. It was too easy now. I'm feeling great and more positively minded. I am always positive now, and I have cut every negative friends and influence from my life. I value myself. I'm feeling more confident about myself, and even some women say hello without me saying anything. You guys do know and see what's going on now. He's flipping his energy. He's changing his mindset, so he's getting a physical reaction in the outer world. How many times have I told you, so it is below, so it is above? How many times have I said that to you guys? So it is on the inside, so it is on the outside. If you're fucked up inside, of course your world's going to be fucked up on the outside. He's changing the inside. And look at what's happening. He's like a caterpillar growing into a butterfly, and that butterfly unfolding his wings. I'm feeling more confident about myself, and even when someone say hello without you say anything, I've learned that in order for others to value you, you must value yourself. Day 2, take a different route while walking home. Okay. Next day, say hello to 8 girls. 30-day risk program, day 3. I told someone no. This person is a type that always came to me when he wanted something. And as a good person in heart, I think is a good person's heart, I want to say, I am used to saying yes every time. Or maybe as a good person in heart, okay, I see what he's saying. When I said no, he was very surprised and even got angry. But I just kept on stepping. Next day, I said hello to 3 intimidating girls and 7 non-intimidating girls, as it was Sunday and my area was very quiet. 30-day risk program, day 4, cooked an exotic dish where everybody enjoyed eating it. The conversation was as following, and we have no conversation here. Next, he went home late. Next day, took a different route home, arrived home late, but experienced new things. He's not telling us what he experienced. Next day, ran the park. Next day, implemented new techniques in the gym, walked on a treadmill incline with 2 10-kilogram in both hands. Ran around my area rather than gym treadmill. Okay, woke up early in the morning. Nothing's going on. I want to see the hellos. I want to see the hellos. Don't stop the hellos. You're growing. See how you devolve to nothing. There's a wave. I didn't listen to that. Maybe I'll go back online and listen to it later on. I introduced myself to a girl. Conversation as follows. Conversation. Okay, so we have some conversation to listen to. Conclusion. Last 2 months, I achieved the aim of practicing approaching women. Through listening to the podcast show and using Confidence Kicker, my conversation skills and the goal to become more confident around women and be able to approach even in uncomfortable situations grew massively. I approached multiple women and said hello without any expectations. And that's what you want. When you're doing my exercises, don't expect anything back. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. I've had guys who had trouble accepting that it's for you. You don't give a fuck about them. You don't care if they say hello to you or not. It's your ability to say hello that's important. Excuse me. He wrote, I approached multiple women, said hello without any expectations, which made things so easy. My first experience at the club wasn't the best, but I learned very important lessons. You didn't get back to the club, especially by myself. College is finally back, and there will be lots of opportunities to improve myself. Now I have to improve my conversation skills after conquering my approach issues. Questions. How would you use the opportunity of college to improve conversation skills? By talking to people around you in class. If you're there early in class, talk to the girl next to you, or sit next to a girl and talk to her. Did you do the assignment this weekend? How's that for a conversation starter? Hey, did you do Friday's assignment? How was it? Open them up. 2, I'm the only black person in my class in mostly dominated Irish class, and it's my final year. The Irish students, Michael Nolan, are very unfriendly to me, and some are scared to be seen talking to the only black guy. I bet you he's in one of those egghead programs. How do I overcome this isolation I created for myself? By talking to them. You're the one that have put out there, don't approach me, by the way. So you can talk to fellas also. If they seem open, talk to them. The girls seem to be very stuck up, and everybody has a group of friends. That's your impression. They're stuck up. I thought Jovina was a fucking bitch.
Hey, Eddie, I'm here.
She ended up not being a bitch. She ended up being a good girl. I also thought she was a freak. Her tight jeans, her spaghetti tops, her titties bouncing, her tiny little B-sized titties, they used to be, that I've missed so much. Now they're double D's.
I'm standing right here.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Her little bouncy boobs. I thought she was a freak. She was a good girl. Masquerading as a freak to get attention. She suckered everybody, including me. Shut up. I am thinking of just flowing solo and finishing this year. No, get a friend. The more you isolate yourself, the more you seem isolated. The more you seem unapproachable. Try making friends. That's one of your goals. Should be one of your goals. Most students are mostly dressed casually. So are girls. So somehow intimidated by men dressed to the game every day. You're in school. Dress for school. Okay? If you're in school and you're dressed like you're going clubbing, well, you wear the leather. If you're wearing the leather coat, that's okay. And you're wearing a t-shirt. But if you're wearing like a bow tie and some slacks and one of those sweaters with the patch on the elbow, carrying a pipe, pipe's a joke. You're going to look unapproachable. Don't dress like a geek and a nerd in school. Dress cool. Number 4, I'm starting to feel like I am going on a lonely path, a path that's pulling me in as if I was destined to go through. I'm feeling like I can't fit in with the crowd, like I am always thinking different. You're always thinking different. Here's what I did in America, what we do in America. We fake it around white people. No offense to you white guys listening. We fake it. Jovina fakes it. When she talks to me, she talks a certain way. When she talks to white people, she speaks a different way. And I pointed out to her several times. She speaks more nasally, and she does certain gestures. Because she's a minority, she feels inferior to white folks herself. Is that true or not true?
Maybe subconsciously, I guess I never thought about it.
Yeah, I've noticed it. She said subconsciously, she never thought about it. I've kind of pointed her out, called out a few times on that. So,
Sorry. I didn't do that.
fool them. Okay? Think of every black dude in America that goes to work. Most of them hate their coworkers because they get that white privilege shit. when I was in Georgia, that's one of the states in the United States. I'm at the hotel. This 80-year-old man came in that was very wealthy. I know two stories I want to tell here. The manager came over. Jovina and I were sitting at the bar together. He ignored me and started talking to Jovina. I've studied the behavior of the blacks down there, and they bow their heads to whites. This old man, even though he was wealthy, he bowed his head to the white man. He walked by. I was watching his face. So he had that fake smile on his face, and then you got past him, and that smile disappeared. And you saw his true thoughts of that white individual he just passed. Who knows what hell he has lived under in the South down there, under white folks in the South. They're a different breed of white people than you find anywhere else. Southern whites are way different than northern whites. They're the old school. A black belongs in his place beneath us, beneath our boot heels. That's the feeling I got when I went to the South. And as I told you, I was pulled to the side, and a black man pulled my coat. Because I was with Jovina, she went to the gas station, paid for the gas. She also was pumping the gas. And he pulled me aside and pulled my coat. Hey, man, down here, man, these people are old-fashioned. They're still prejudiced. So you got to fool them. Okay? Sorry if you're Caucasian, you listen to this, and this hurts your feelings, and blah, blah, blah. But that's what black people do. Those people that we work with, we fool them. Now, I'm the type that I really like to be friends. Because I grew up in a military base. I wasn't raised segregated. Is that the word? I was raised integrated. I had white. My best friends were always white. But I noticed that many blacks, they fool them. And I'm actually fooling my clients right now. There's one of my clients, I know he's pre-alt-right. He's got to be pre-alt-right. And I fool him to thinking I'm still a friend when I'm not. I'm thinking this motherfucker's turning alt-right. Can't be a friend of mine. But I got to do business with him. Start lunch. I'm starting to feel like I'm going to, how did you deal with the loneliness in the game and overcoming the weird stomach feeling of becoming a player? I never had a weird stomach feeling. That's your fear. Never had a weird feeling about being a player. I loved it. I loved it. Every woman I broke, I enjoyed. That's why I've told you fellas, I was a little bit psychologically bent.
Yeah, your name's Mr. Groper.
Huh?
Mr. Grope? You said Grope?
Groper? Oh, I was always groping Dottie, and I was always groping you. Yeah.
Your name is Mr. Groper.
Cute. I'm touchy-feely on kinesthetic. She's one about I'm always touching her. Like I go to sleep, I'm knife-handing her butt cheeks. I'll flap the butt cheeks. I do my finger like I'm flapping it. In my sleep half the time. I'm groping. So I've noticed we got a big-ass king-size bed. She sleeps way in the corner, sucking her thumb. Mommy, save me from this black man.
You were complaining that I was taking up to the bed.
Anyways, the loneliness part I just talked about in a previous video that I haven't uploaded yet on the rules of becoming a player, and that part will be in there. So get rid of that weird stomach feeling of becoming a player. That's just your fear. Fear of change can also fuck you up as well. Just so you know that. Okay? All right. I'm glad to see you're growing. It's a pleasure to see your growth. And let's continue it. I do need to list your audio file now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see, where was that? I am going through looking at this and not seeing your audio file. Yeah, let me go back to my page. 19. 09/2017. There's nothing there. Okay, so looks like I'm done. Post the audio file on the forum. Turn it from a WAV file to an MP3 also. Okay? You can Google WAV to MP3 and you find online. You can do it online, download it, upload it to the forum. Good luck.